Welcome, Warrior fans, as we are anxiously awaiting the boys' state semifinal game. We are waiting for the completion of the game that's happening right now. We are at Trinity, which is a gym close by Duncanville, and great facility here. This will actually be where the state championships will be held, and because of some schedule changes, the semifinal game is here. So we are waiting for the end of the game ahead of us, and at that point, then we will stream the entire semifinal game in its entirety, hopefully, as long as all our technology works. So hang with us, and we will enjoy the end of the game with 39.8 seconds. This is a 3 or 4A TCAL. I think it's a consolation game, so we're waiting for this to finish up, and then it'll be on for the Warriors. So we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome, Warrior fans. This is the last game of the day, and this is going to be a good one. We have the boys in the state semifinals. This is a rematch of last year when Annapolis met Still Creek. It came down to the last few seconds, and Still Creek was able to win that game. And for those Warriors that were there, they have not forgotten that loss, and so this is where they want to be tonight. You're going to see a contrast of styles as Annapolis, very deliberate, try to be very disciplined, very sharp and precise with their passing, and Still Creek is going to be fast and furious. They are extremely aggressive. They will put a lot of pressure on ball handlers, and they will crash the boards hard. And they want this game to be lightning fast up and down. So it will be, once again, a challenge for Annapolis to keep the game slow, protect the ball, not turn it over, and to rebound and keep the aggressive Still Creek team off of the boards. Still Creek is an interesting school. They are a boys' home for young men that need some additional help, and they are a ministry to that population. And so we applaud their efforts and are glad to be playing with them. And that's kind of the beauty of being a part of a Christian athletic league that is very diverse across the whole state of Texas, and it gives our young men a chance to meet other young men across the state who may be in completely different situations that they are, and allows them to appreciate that and be grateful for what they have. As I mentioned, it will be a contrast of styles. Still Creek is extremely aggressive. They have very, very good ball handler and aggressive player at number 20. He will be the key to stop, as he in the quarterfinal game went off on their first round opponent, and he will be the one that Annapolis will be really closely attending to, as he is offensively the juggernaut for them. Annapolis, again, wants to be diverse, wants to be able to spread the floor. They will be looking to force that defense to move, to overplay, to chase, and to get opportunities moving towards the basket with their shots. It obviously helps to hit those three-pointers, but the thing that Annapolis did really well that first round is they attacked the basket. They took the seams, they played downhill, and got really high percentage shots. And I think, once again, those opportunities will be there, but the speed of the game is going to be much, much faster than that first-round opponent with Trinity Christian. We are actually at Trinity Christian School. It's not the team that we played. It's another Trinity. Seems like there's a whole bunch of them here in Texas, but this is Trinity Christian School in Cedar Hill, Texas. And beautiful facility here, as they are a large Christian school, allowing TCAL to use their facility. We're less than a minute away from getting started, as Still Creek and Annapolis in a rematch from last year for semifinals. Winner advanced to the finals tomorrow, and we already know who the other opponent will be, as Smoking for Jesus squeaked out a victory against Town East to advance to their finals. And so they are in attendance waiting to see who they will play. So Annapolis is the home white. Still Creek is going to be the dark. And like I said, this is going to be a great game. This is going to be fast-paced. Like I said, it is going to be aggressive. And Annapolis really needs to stay disciplined and not allow the tempo or the speed of the game to get going too fast. Starting 5, number 3, Liam Harms. Number 4, Brendan Leifer. 00, Caleb Riojas. 5 is Joshua Cavazos in a junior. 23, Brian Lerma. Still Creek, really the 2 players to keep an eye on is 0 and 20, like I mentioned before. Those 2 are really the 2 players that make their team go. So here we go. State semifinal action as Annapolis wins the tip, and Brendan is going to set up the offense. Still Creek in a man-to-man, and Annapolis spreading that floor. Brian with a nice cut and score. So that's exactly what we're looking for, is having the defenders chase us and going downhill and making those cuts to the basket. Annapolis in the 2-3 zone. Finds 0 under the basket. He's going to pull it out. And Still Creek loves to dribble drive. Deep 3 for 20. That's in and out. Rebound, Josh. Gets bumped around, loses the ball, and this is what we're talking about. Super aggressive. Kicks out to 20. He's going to drive. Liam's going to contest it. Another offensive rebound by Still Creek. Kicks out to 1. 3-pointer short. And finally, Caleb, he's going to attack the basket. Doesn't have the numbers. And, again, there you can see the aggressiveness as they are attacking the ball. That's going to be a challenge to keep them off the boards as they crash the boards really hard and play very good on-the-ball defense. Brian sets it up with Caleb up top, and Caleb is going to be matched up against probably their best defender. Little high screen and roll as Brendan's going to use it and drive to the basket. A little short on the layup. Rebound, Still Creek. So that's a good sign, though, to be able to get to the rim off a dribble drive. That's exactly what was working for us earlier today. Still Creek content to work the ball around. One's going to take another 3, and that's in and out. But, again, there's an offensive rebound. And cannot let them slice through there without getting a body on them. Annapolis ball, 6:13 left in the first quarter in the state semifinals. Brendan's going to slow that pace of the game down and walk it up. And you can see how far they're spreading out Still Creek. And they're looking for Still Creek to be undisciplined. There's a little, like I said, there's a little bump. And Brendan had his defender down. The pass wasn't quite there for him to attack, but it did draw a foul from number 20. And that is something to watch out, is they do foul a lot, and it could be something that could become a factor later in the game if some of their better players get into foul trouble. Brendan's going to reset the offense. And, again, they're going to look to move the defenders around. And there's Caleb wide open. He's going to kick it out to Brian. Brian loses the ball, able to corral it. And back to Brendan. As there was a little opening for Caleb, but 20 closed fast, and then they reset the offense. Moving the ball. And Still Creek having a little bit of trouble with confusion. In their man-to-man as they're trying to switch and then losing some guys. So as Annapolis keeps working this offense, Caleb's just going to take it himself. Tough drive and gets the foul. So you can see Still Creek having a little bit of trouble with that spread out offense that Annapolis is running. They were trying to switch and there was some miscommunication, so there could be some opportunities as some of the defenders get lost in all of that traffic. Caleb missing the first free throw, and free throws will be really critical as the regional finals, really free throws became a major issue, so I know they did a lot of work on it. So Coach Harper is not happy about missing that first free throw and now missed a second, so that's not going to be helpful as Caleb's going to the bench, and Coach Harper, I think, is going to give him a little talking to about making free throws. So 4:59. It's still 2-0. Annapolis up. You can see the pace of the play being very up-tempo as both teams being very aggressive, but keeping Still Creek off of the boards is going to be critical as they come crashing in hard, as they've already have several offensive rebounds. Annapolis doing a good job keeping things spread. They've been able to get some good looks. They've been able to drive to the basket. Just haven't quite been able to get those baskets to drop for them. Annapolis stays in the 2-3 zone, and Still Creek with the ball as number 0 starts the offense. And he's going to look to probe that zone, and Brendan with a little poke has some trouble. Caleb now on him, and 0 trying to dribble through traffic, comes barreling in there, throws it up, lots of contact, and Liam got the worst end of that, but did a nice job staying strong with the ball and got pushed down and for the foul. Again, fouls could be an issue. Still Creek did have some foul trouble in their first game, so already you can see there's a couple of fouls that were called, and again, that could be a problem for them later. Josh Cavazos up top. You can see a lot of ball movement, a lot of screens. Caleb down to Josh Cavazos, and a nice little dump pass. As Caleb thought about shooting it, the defense closed quick and left Josh wide open. He just dumped it right in there for an easy layup. So Annapolis putting a lot of ball pressure as Still Creek trying to get it inside. Josh Kvash was there. He's in trouble. Double team with Caleb. The ball's on the ground, and looks like it's going to be a scrum, and really nice defense as 3 Annapolis defenders closed in on him and got a jump ball. So really good post-entry pass. And a long pass, and it surprised everyone, including his own teammate, as he shuffled his feet. That ball just kind of just rocketed through there. The guy was surprised to have the ball and walked with it. 3:50 left. Brendan, again, wanting to keep the tempo, very deliberate, and work this man-to-man defense and get some mismatches or get them to start chasing. And Brendan's just going to blow right past his defender as he got pushed. And again, this is really where Annapolis can make some strides if they can force Still Creek into some fouls. And if we're going downhill to the basket, that's a good place to be. And Brendan hits his first free throw. And that will get Coach Harper happy. The second one is good too. So Brendan fired up, and here we go. 3:30 left, 6-0 as Annapolis with a pretty good start. He's going to come barreling in. Caleb got a piece of it, but they said Brendan got a piece of the hand, but dangerously close to getting a turnover there. High pass off to 0. He's going to reset the offense up top. He's going to come baseline. Gets cut off. He's looking for help and tries to throw it away. Tried to throw it off of a Annapolis player, but it ended up in Brian Lerma's hands, and that's a turnover now as Annapolis did a nice job cutting off that baseline drive. 3:09 left. Again, Annapolis staying very disciplined on offense. No hurry right now. Just looking for good opportunities. And now Still Creek has switched their defense into more of a zone. And that gets tipped. Brendan powers through it, looking to try to hit that ball off of one of the Still Creek defenders, and it just caroms to number 0. 2:36 left, 6-0, Annapolis up. Still Creek now wanting to get a little pick and roll. One thought about it. Drives past Caleb. Contest by Josh. And one. That, again, that backside as they come crashing in. No box out. And caught Brian a little flat-footed and the foul. Number 22, Josh Guzman in. Freshman seeing his first action of the state semifinal game. And the three-point play, no good. Josh Guzman immediately gets the rebound, but gets it ripped out. And Josh Guzman got to experience the aggressiveness, and Liam comes in hard, did a nice job hanging on, and forces another foul. So Liam doing a nice job. He's going to take a break. He's kind of gotten beat up a little bit, thrown around a little bit, but he is definitely holding his own with some really strong rebounds. Number 30, Cameron Mills in, another freshman, as it's going to be close to 2-minute mark. Caleb finds Cameron, high post, kick out to Caleb for three, and that's good. A nice little inside-out game between Cameron and Caleb. Cameron drew the defense. Caleb waiting for the return pass and drains a three-pointer. 9-2 now. So Still Creek being deliberate. Number 0. And the drive baseline. Loses the ball, goes to Josh Cavazos. And Brendan's going to slow everything down. Ref's going to... So the ref's going to stop play. There was a discrepancy as far as... And Brendan is just going to take the ball as the coach was huddling with his team. It was a quick stoppage of play. And Brendan heads up play as Still Creek was not paying attention. Easy dish to Josh Cavazos. And a little flip, and that's going to be another foul on Brendan. As Zero beat him off the dribble, but Brendan's tapped the ball. And unfortunately, that said he got his other hand on him, so that's 2 fouls for Brendan. So he's going to sit down, and Brian Lerma's in. Less than a minute left in the first quarter. 11-2. The defense closing out on those perimeter players, forcing them to pass all the way around. And Still Creek not really looking to do much inside, just trying to pass it around and looking for a seam. He tries to find someone inside, and that ball was way too high. Annapolis doing a good job of closing in on those drives and forcing an errant pass. 34 seconds left. Caleb now running point. And Still Creek in a 2-3 zone. Short corner to Josh Cavazos. Brian Lerma. Back to Josh. To Caleb. Coach wants to reset the offense. To Brian Lerma. Little ball fake. Gets him in the air. Cameron to Josh Cavazos. A little reverse layup. And Josh Cavazos with another layup. 5 seconds. 4, 3. He's going to take a shot. It's a fadeaway, and really nice start to the state semifinals as Josh Cavazos has been open, down low. The last was a great finish. They go under the rim for a reverse layup, and now Annapolis up 13-2. Great start for Annapolis. If Annapolis continues to lock down on defense, rebounding is going to be key and not turn the ball over. Annapolis is doing a nice job. You can guarantee, though, that Still Creek is not going away. They're very aggressive on defense. They will attack ball handlers, and they will attack on the rebound. If you're not securing that ball, and if you don't get a good pass to an outlet, that's when trouble can arise. So Annapolis has to be really, really strong around the basket on those defensive rebounds, securing that ball, getting that ball to a ball handler and not turning the ball over under the basket or giving up offensive rebounds. So the 5 that finished quarter 1 starts second quarter. And Still Creek down to 10. Josh Cavazos with a huge stuff. Guzman with the rebound, or with the securing that loose ball to Cavazos. He's going to drive in. Tried to find Brian Lerma, but Still Creek waiting. Here comes 20 as he's just going to roll right in. Misses that layup. And Josh Guzman scoops it up. We've got numbers, 2-on-1. Cameron tried to go over the top. That's not going to work. Over to Caleb. Caleb skipped past to Brian Lerma for 3 in the corner and in and out. And now the pace of the game has really picked up. 7-17, so just start of the second quarter, 13-2. Still Creek with the ball. 20 is going to take a deep 3, and that's good. And that is someone we do not want to get started with scoring. Brian Lerma attacking the basket. He's going to go high off the glass and scores. So Still Creek was a little slow on their transition defense, and Brian Lerma saw that baseline and just attacked it, and a good finish. 15-5 now. And 20 is going to get a little more attention by Cameron as he steps out. Not going to give him much space, and he's going to look to drive. He's going to skip pass way over the top. 0 now probing with the dribble. Over to 20. And he's going to ball fake, drive, spin, and I think he took too many steps. So he's a very dynamic player with the ball in his hand, and it's going to be important for Annapolis to limit his opportunities. .6:29 left. Annapolis with a 10-point lead in the second quarter. So Caleb running point. And again, Annapolis trying to be really deliberate. High post entry down. Josh Cavazos is there. He's going to kick out to Caleb. And Josh Cavazos has been loose quite a bit on that baseline as they kind of have been losing track of him. And now he's going to take a corner 3. That's short. Josh Kuzma with the offensive rebound finds Cameron. Cameron's going to scoop pass over to Brian Lerma, and Caleb resets the offense. So nice offensive rebound. Trying to keep high post to Brian Lerma, who's going to skip past to Caleb. Caleb's going to take a deep 3, and that's good. That was behind the college three-point line as Caleb drains another three-pointer. 18-5. 20 with the ball, and 2 out to 0, long three-pointer, and there's another offensive rebound. And Caleb gets it. He's going to get around. He's got a lot of attention. Deep pass, nobody home, deep, and Brian Lerma misses a wide-open layup. He thought he got fouled, but here comes Still Creek now, and this is the pace that they want this game to be. And they come crashing in. Josh Guzman, strong layup with 2 guys bearing down on him, and hangs on and gets fouled. So really good rebound for the freshman as 2 guys just jumped on him basically, and he had to hang on tight and got the foul. So Caleb wants to slow the pace of this game down. Does not want to get into a track meet with Still Creek. He's just going to pull up and drop. Nope, misses the 3. And here comes Still Creek. 20 looking to probe. He's going to dribble drive, step back, finds down low, short. Josh Guzman, another rebound. 2 was really physical. Looked like a push, but the referee said nope, he stepped out of bounds. And you can see that it is a battle down under the basket. So 20 is going to step in for a three-pointer. It's way off the mark. He's going to get his own rebound. He's going to shoot it again in the corner. That's off the mark. And another rebound. It gets his own rebound. And 20 is a one-man show as he's just going to drive in and make the basket. That's something that cannot happen. Over to Cameron. Cameron's going to go behind the back. Here comes 20. Caleb's going to drive through, looking for a foul, and Nothing. So that's two kind of really forced shots for Annapolis. They really would like to get those shots in context of the offense. He's going to drive through, and Cameron with the steal. Lots of contact, and that'll be another foul. And it looks like Annapolis is already in the bonus. So like I said, fouls will become an issue, as already they've committed 7 fouls, and now Cameron shooting 1-on-1, trying to get that front end one, and he does. So he gets the bonus as he looks to get that second free throw. It's now 19-7 as Annapolis has been looking pretty strong and gets it. This has been a good start so far, but number 20 has started to assert himself, and coach from Still Creek is going to call timeout. It is a good start so far, but like I said, Still Creek is not going away. They are aggressive. They're opportunistic, and 20 is a one-man wrecking crew with the ball in his hand. So Annapolis is going to have to really, when he takes shots, box him out and keep those other rebounders from crashing in the boards. And when you get the ball, you've got to hang on, 2 hands, really, really hold on tight, get that ball, clean pass to an outlet. Otherwise, they're going to get their hands and try to tip the ball and deflect it and steal it and rip it out of your hand. Brendan Leifer back on the court now, as Brendan and Cameron will be the top 2 defenders in the zone. And Josh Cavazos, the enforcer, in the middle. He had a really nice block earlier. He's been contesting shots, and they've had a hard time. They've gotten to the rim, but they've had a hard time getting around the shot blockers and forcing misses. Still Creek ball after the timeout. 3:54 left before halftime. And Annapolis looking to get a start. Zero's going to pull up for a jumper. That's going to brim out. And again, there's the lots of contact. Brendan's going to push the tempo. It feels like he's got numbers. Gets bumped. And again, you've got to secure that ball because 20 just poked it out. And here comes 20. He's looking to probe. Cameron's been following him, and there's a lot of contact, and they're going to call jump ball. 20 so strong with the ball in his hands. Caleb stepped up and grabbed the ball and tied him up for a jump ball. Still Creek with the ball. And the coach from Still Creek wondering if one of his players needs an inhaler. Not sure what exactly is going on. So he's going to make a substitution, and it should be Still Creek ball. So Still Creek ball, and inbound it up top to 20, and 2 sneaks in there. Josh Cavazos contests it, gets the ball. He's going to push to Brian Lerma. There's numbers, but Brian's going to pull it out and reset as Brendan's going to slow everything down. So, again, a nice contest by Josh Cavazos, forced a tough shot, and then they were able. And Brendan tried to sneak a ball in there, and it got deflected. 20 with the ball. He's going to pull up for a long three-pointer, and that's way short, and that's going to be a turnover. So Coach Harper not too happy on the shot selection or the last pass. So Brendan's going to reset the offense and try to run some clock and force that defense to move. And he's going to wait for a defender to come out and spread that. And Cameron's going to take a three-pointer. That's going to hit the top of the backboard. Rebound Brian Lerma. And Coach Harper a little frustrated on the offensive sets here the last few minutes, as Annapolis was doing a nice job running their offense, being real disciplined, and now they've had a little bit of trouble just kind of staying in system. So Coach Harper wants to reset that. 2:22 left in the second quarter, 20-7, Annapolis up. They've been playing pretty strong, but again, this game is nowhere near done because the quality of the team that they're playing. The Still Creek, with number 20 and the ball in his hands, is extremely dangerous, and he really gets their offense going. He loves to dribble drive. He'll pull up for three, and then the other team members crashing in for those rebounds. And even if we do secure a ball, there's going to be people grabbing and digging at it, as they just are relentless trying to get those turnovers under the basket. So our post players really having to work hard to be strong with the ball. Annapolis ball off the timeout, and Brendan going to inbound the ball. Going to find DeCameron. Over to Brian Lerma. And Brendan's going to reset as Zero comes out to defend. He's going to blow past him. Over to Brian Lerma. Brian's going to flip it to Brendan. And you can see them spreading that zone way out. Josh Cavazos in the high post kicks it out to Brendan. And you can see a lot more patience this time in this possession, as the zone is really, really spread out. And they're very content to run some clock. Zero wants to push him back into the middle of the court. Over to Caleb. Finds the high post for Brian Lerma. And lots of patience. That's a skip pass to Brendan. And now Brian Lerma up top. That zone is having to extend way out. Caleb finds a little space there. And Brendan's now going to attack that space. It's just forcing that defense to move, and pulls in a defender. And ill-advised pass. It's loose, and they got a deflection. It looks like they had possession and got timeout. So they're going to give the timeout to Still Creek. As Annapolis in their patience, sometimes it looked like Cameron had a shot and Josh Cavasso had a shot. So there's a time to be patient and time to pull the trigger, as Brennan had pulled the defender clear to the side and it cleared out an opening on the other side, but a little hesitant to shoot. So there is a balance between being patient and taking advantage of the opportunity. So Annapolis can't completely go in a shell offensively. Minute 11 before halftime. It is going to be Still Creek ball. No, I guess it should be Still Creek ball because they gave him the timeout. So Annapolis back on defense. After a long possession, didn't even get a shot. So don't like a lot of those empty possessions. Getting close to a minute left. Zero's going to probe with his dribble and dribbled off his leg and out of bounds. So Annapolis getting the ball back after a turnover. So no damage on that last missed possession. And now Annapolis trying to reset with less than a minute left. Getting a good shot. Over to Caleb. And again, lots of patience. That zone really spread out. Lots of space for the high post, which is Cameron to Josh Cavazos, blocked from behind. So a nice pass, but Josh got tracked down from behind and blocked that shot. 20 now with the ball. High skip pass over to one. He's going to take a three-pointer. It's a high looping three-pointer, and that's good. 28 seconds. Pushing up to Caleb. Caleb back to Brendan. 20 seconds left. Brendan's going to take his time. High pass down short corner to Cameron. Caleb's going to take a dribble. And the ball's up in the air. Caleb with his own rebound after a deflection. And a nice score. That's 4 seconds left. Three. One's going to try to take a long three-pointer, and that's going to be well short. So halftime of the boys' state semifinal game. Annapolis up 22-10. Really good start as the second half is going to be fast and furious as Still Creek is not going away. You can see their aggressiveness, and Annapolis trying to be patient on offense, trying to take advantage of the opportunities that they have, but so far so good as far as Annapolis being in control of the game. The big key is controlling the tempo, not turning the ball over, and then rebounding, and not just rebounding, but having to secure the ball once they have the rebound, as players are trying to rip the ball away, get an easy turnover. So having those rebounds, secure them, get them to the ball handler, and clear the traffic, and then run the offense. So far so good. Winner of this game advancing to the state finals tomorrow. Hang on, it's going to be a fun second half. All right, we are back after halftime for the start of the third quarter, second half. Winner of this game advances to the state finals, which will be tomorrow at 6:30 here in this gym. And Annapolis has circled this game for a while, and they have started with the first half very strongly. Annapolis with the ball as Brendan with the ball. Still Creek goes back to their man-to-man defense. As skip pass, dangerous one. Caleb comes to the ball and secures it. As Annapolis, again, looking to force the defense into a bad position, overplay or start chasing. And Liam with the ball up top, looking for some action down low. And there's a strong, need to be strong with the ball as they are starting to now close those gaps and overplay. Liam back to Josh Cavazos, and Josh picks up his dribble, needs a little help. Brendan gets there. And Annapolis now going to reset their offense, clearing things out for Brendan as Zero having a hard time staying with him. Little ball fake, gets two in the air and finishes. So really nice drive. Drove past Zero, pulled in two defenders, got him in the air, and then finishes over the top. So nice offensive possession. And now 20 skip past the corner. Long kind of shot as he was hoping for a foul or something and came up real short on that. And Annapolis with the rebound. Now a little high screen roll as Josh comes up. And Brendan looking to do some with the ball, drives past the middle, gets in there, and that's going to be a charge. As Brendan came in hard, two stepped up, and the referee said he had position, and that's going to be another foul on Brendan, so that's something to watch. 6:15 left, 24-10. Annapolis in the 2-3 zone. And Caleb stepping out to meet the ball handler. And number 20 drawing some attention from Josh Cavazos as he is looking to get that ball down low. And looks like they're trying to match him up down low, and he pops out. So now with the ball, he's going to drive. Liam steps up, but no call on that. And gets the Still Creek with the rebound and the putback. So Liam looking to get a charge call. There was a lot of contact, but no call on it. And now Liam going to run some high screens. Osh to Josh Cavazos. Brendan now with the ball. And Zero way out in front of him, and he's been able to blow past him. And here comes Zero for trying to get a sneaky steal. Caleb in the corner. Trying to get some high screens. Caleb's going to blow past them all. And ball gets bounced around. 10 with the rebound. Still not secured. Caleb gets the steal. He gets knocked out. He's going to say the foul is on Brian Lerma, 23. So lots of contact that they let go. And then when that ball loose, Brian came in to kind of grab it and ended up running into the Still Creek player. So Still Creek with the ball as they are content to kind of move that ball around. 20 will be pretty aggressive. Spin move, baseline, contest by Liam. So nice job with Liam. And there now Annapolis has numbers if they decide to attack. Caleb will. He finds Liam down low. And Liam jumped up for a shot. 44 came flying in. And then Liam turned and tried to dribble it, but the official said, no, that was a travel. So it's kind of an awkward play and didn't work out in Liam's favor. High skip pass over to one. Josh closes out. Zero's going to step up for a three-pointer. That's way off the mark, bouncing around. Still Creek, one's going to take a three. That's long. And again, there's another offensive rebound by Still Creek. as Brendan tried to box out 20, and he's just so strong. Gets his own rebound. Rejected by Brendan Leifer. Still Creek still with the ball. One's coming in. Gets bumped by Liam. But they said, yep, that's going to be a little too much contact, as Still Creek been able to get several offensive rebounds, extend that possession. One came charging in. Liam got kind of caught in an island and gave him a little bit of a forearm, trying to slow him down, and gets called for the foul. Josh Guzman and Cameron Mills subbing in, with Brian Lerma and Liam sitting down. Coach Harper rotating those post players and in as it's getting really physical down there. Free throw made. It's now a 10-point game, 24-14, as Still Creek is slowly creeping their way back here, as Annapolis' offense is kind of stalling a little bit. So they're running their offense, but having several mistakes, and again a turnover. So the offense starting to stall a little bit, and now a turnover back to Still Creek, and they could make this a single-digit lead here with a basket. So Still Creek wanting to be patient. Shoots the ball into the middle, kick out to 10. He's going to go baseline, and there's almost a rebound again, and they haven't made a determination whose ball it is. Looks like it may stay here. So once again, they extend their possession with another offensive, wasn't a rebound, but just a hustle play. They keep the ball with Still Creek. 11-10 with the spin move, a wild shot, and again another offensive rebound and a putback. And now it is 24-16, as once again Annapolis getting beat on the boards. And now 20 switching, and 20 with a reach, as he is challenging Brendan, as they have switched up who is defending him. And now the momentum is shifting to Still Creek. Annapolis trying to have a little hard time getting the ball in to Josh Cavazos, out to Brendan, and 20 is going to challenge him. Josh Cavazos going to thought about a little screen, and hand off to Caleb, and 20 switches off, and now Brendan baseline and draws the contact on the switch. So Annapolis kind of getting a little stagnant on offense, haven't been able to get really any good shots, and so Brendan forced the issue, and now we'll try to get those points from the free throw line, and gets the first one. Brendan trying to stretch it back to a 10-point lead, and does. As here comes Still Creek. 44 with the ball. And Brendan with a tip and a steal. And nice job with a turnover. Now Annapolis having a chance to maybe get some momentum back here. And here comes the high screen. They're going to try to get Brendan free. Kick over to Josh Cavazos, long three-pointer. Bouncing around. Josh Guzman with a rebound and a hard foul, as he worked to get him in the air and then just drew the contact, and with the hard foul, now he will be shooting two. So Josh Guzman did a nice job with a really tough rebound, and then with three Still Creek guys around, just powered up through contact and trying to make them pay with the free throws, and the first one bounces out. So second shot here. So trying to get at least one of them, and that one's long. Just over 2 minutes left. 10-point game, Annapolis up, and 20 tried to sneak it in there, and a little too hot for 44, as the defense was sleeping a little bit with hands down, and turns the ball over to Annapolis. So Annapolis another opportunity off the turnover as Annapolis trying to get the momentum back. And here comes that high screen. Brendan's going to pull up. Got 20 in the air. It's going to be short. And here comes Still Creek. Minute 36 left as number 20 looking for some help. 0 with the ball as he's going to pick up his dribble. And 2's going to pull down. Gets Josh in the air. And Caleb poked at the ball. And it's going to stay here. So Caleb came back on the backside and got his hand on the ball and knocked the ball out of bounds. Minute 20 left. Still Creek's ball. One all alone for a 3, and that's way off. And there it is, another offensive rebound. Still Creek. 0's going to drive in. He's going to throw up just a kind of a wild shot. Josh Guzman, again, had the ball in his hand. It got knocked out. And finally, the ball goes Annapolis' way. So even with the ball in hand, people are swiping at it, knocking it out. You just have to be so strong. Less than a minute left. Cameron with the ball. 2 coming way out. Lots of activity defensively as the defense is extending way out. And 20 looking to reach in, try to get a steal as Brendan's got to be really strong and careful with that dribble as 20 is really quick with his hands. Josh Cavazos going to wait as 10 comes out now and is going to guard him. And Josh picks up his dribble, and now he's going to need some help. Less than 30 seconds left. And Annapolis is just going to work the clock, try to get a last-second shot. And lots of hands, 20, lots of contact as Caleb's going to drive. He's going to kick out to Cavazos, 10 seconds left. He's going to get a screen, gets down the lane, and that's going to be a foul. So Caleb, nice drive, and let's see what that's going to be on. That's going to be on 20. So again, that's going to impact his playing time as he is prone to get into foul trouble. 5 seconds left. Caleb shooting 2. And that one rims out as Caleb needing to get going with his free throws. So hopefully get the second one to go, get himself back into a rhythm. The second one is good. So 27-16, going to roll the ball, 5 seconds left. Brendan's going to challenge that. It's 2-1. Cameron there. And one more quarter left, as Coach Harper said, one more. 27-16, Annapolis kind of had to navigate a pretty tricky third quarter as Still Creek gained some momentum, got it within single digits as far as the lead, but Annapolis made some big shots and some free throws to now extend it to 27-16. Fourth quarter, it is going to be fast and furious as Still Creek is not going away. They are going to probably ramp up the intensity, ramp up the pressure on the ball, as that is really where they can cause us some problems. That will also open up some opportunities as they extend defensively for some drives and hopefully get us going downhill like Caleb did when he was able to drive down through the heart of the defense and force that foul. So the other big story is Annapolis being able to rebound, particularly defensively, as they have had multiple extended possessions after 2, even 3 offensive rebounds, as Annapolis, even with the ball in their hand, gets it knocked out. So having really strong hands down low is going to be critical. So the 5 that ended the third quarter are going to start the fourth. 1 quarter away from the state finals, an opportunity to play Smoking for Jesus for the 1A title, but there's still 8 minutes of basketball to go before we talk about that. Still Creek ball as they start the fourth quarter. 20 up top. He's going to get a lot of attention as there's a lot of pushing and shoving, and that should be an offensive foul as 10 was trying to get position, but you can't force your way like that, and that's going to be a foul on 10. Still Creek's going to stay in their man-to-man, it looks like, and they are going to put a lot of pressure on the ball as 20 is going to be defending. Down low to Caleb. Caleb ball fake. He's going to kick over to to Cavazos. Cavazos up top. He's going to use his dribble over to Cameron. And lots of ball pressure as they're coming out and using their dribble as Josh Cavazos lost the ball. And there's going to be another foul. That could be on. It's going to be on 10. As 10's going to sit down now with the substitute. So Napoli's trying to run clock, but again, that defense coming way out. Cameron with the ball. Caleb now trying to get the ball in the corner to Brendan. He's got 20 all over him. There's a screen by Josh Cavazos. Gets in the middle of the lane and almost an and one as that ball danced on top of the rim and then rolled out. So really nice screen by Josh Cavazos. Allowed Brendan free, and he attacked the lane. Got a nice shot up, and now he's going to have to earn it from the stripe. First one is out. Like I mentioned, free throws are going to be really important from here on out as we've been able to get to the line, just forcing the fouls, but we've got to make them pay, and Brendan misses both of them. Just over 7 minutes left. High pass to 1. He's going to bring it back out to 20, and 20 is going to reset, and he's looking to probe. Cameron closes that out. Almost a steal by Cameron, and a block as Caleb with the ball. He's going to attack the basket, and really an ill-advised pass as Cameron was not open. Here comes 20 with the ball. So strong, and Brendan tried to take a charge, and unfortunately, that is another foul on him. As Brendan's trying to get an explanation, and the referee looks like said he got him on a hip check. So, unfortunately, that probably means Brendan's going to have to sit down. So, Coach Harper questioning the fact that it was a shooting foul, and the referees are conferring and then saying, yep, it was a shooting foul. So 20 will be shooting 2. And Coach Harper has been warned, tell him to sit down, and Coach Harper gave him the thumbs up, like, got it. So 20 shooting 2. And he misses that one. So, and Brendan sitting down. He's going to have to be playing with 4 fouls, and he's going to probably be taking quite a bit of time off before he gets back in the game. Second free throw is out, and we got a lane violation. And it looks like Josh Guzman stepped in a little too early. Oh, no, they called him for a foul. Looks like it's a foul on Josh Guzman. So Still Creek continues to have the ball. Again, these extended possessions really put a lot of stress defensively. 20 is going to pull up for a 3 and drains it. So he is someone we definitely do not want to get going because he can score quick and he can score in bunches. He's going to be defending Caleb and goes for the steal. Caleb spins out of it. And Caleb's having a little bit of trouble. He gets ball poked away. 20 comes in. Josh Cavazos challenges that. Wild shot. No one else is down there. Josh with another block. Caleb gathers the ball. And the whistle for stoppage. And it looks like Josh got hit really hard and in the head and is bleeding. So there's a lot of contact as Josh did a good job defending the basket, but got hit pretty hard in the head and he's got a little bit of a cut on around his top of his eyebrow. So it's going to take a little bit of time to clean up some of that blood. There's some blood on the floor, and it looks like they're going to have to clean that up. Like I mentioned, this game is going to be really physical, as Still Creek, they get shots up, but they really are kind of anticipating the miss, and then they come in hard and drawing a lot of contact. So we got Brendan now with 4 fouls. Josh Cavazos with injury that may keep him out for a while. So Coach Harper is going to have to dig into his rotation a little bit. So this game is far from over. The intensity of the game is really starting to ramp up as people are coming in harder, and there's a lot more contact. There is Still Creek really coming in really strong, and Josh Cavazos was down by himself and was able to contest a shot, block another, but ended up with quite a bit of contact on doing so. So it's going to take a little bit of time to clean up the floor, as there's a trail of blood. Looks like we've got someone using some napkins. That maybe the best they can do. 6:10 left in the fourth quarter. Annapolis up 27-19. Still Creek starting to make a little bit of a run, as offensively Annapolis has been struggling a little bit with getting some shots off, and then really not being able to secure rebounds and extending possessions of Still Creek, and them eventually being able to score on some putbacks, as the initial shots that they're taking really are way off. They're kind of wild, but it's their rebounding that is keeping them in the game and extending possessions. Looks like Dr. Jake Lopez trying to doctor him up, clean up the blood. So trying to clean up the blood. It's extended timeout for the injury and to clean up the court. So Annapolis needing to settle down and just play ball, but they're going to have to play some hard-nosed basketball, as officials are letting quite a bit of contact go now. And Brendan Leifer will enter the game. He's going to have to be careful, as he's got 4 fouls. And Still Creek and Annapolis kind of giving each other some fist bumps. And Still Creek ball, as number 20 up top kicks over to Juan for a 3 that's long, and here it is, another offensive rebound. Zero's going to come charging through there, but he took some extra steps. So thankfully they get the turnover, as again another offensive rebound extending the possession for Still Creek. 5:50 left, 27-19. Annapolis needing to get something going offensively, as the man-to-man defense for Still Creek is giving Annapolis a lot of trouble. They've got things extended way out, but Annapolis having a hard time getting anything going to the basket, and they're too far out for any shots. So Annapolis trying to be real careful with possession, crisp, clear passes. Cameron had a little bit of trouble as he second-guessed himself, and now Josh in trouble. Back to Cameron, and Cameron's going to reset the offense. And we've got two freshmen on the floor. They've never really had anything as far as intensity of this game. Caleb's going to try to blow past zero. Kick out to Brendan, and Brendan's going to take some time. 20 all over him trying to get a steal. And Cameron now looking for some help. And 20 is going to give him a lot of pressure. Over to Caleb. And 20 reaching for the ball. A lot of contact. And we've got, looks like a foul on 0. As finally the referees said that's just a little bit too much, as there was a lot of hand checking and grabbing. And the refs finally call that foul. And Cameron now shooting the bonus. Free throws are going to be incredibly important from here on out, as Annapolis will be on the line quite a bit, and that first one is off. So Annapolis has got to start capitalizing on those free throws, as it's allowing Still Creek to creep back into this game. 20 driving baseline. He's going to pull out, looking for some help of a teammate. There's a screen, and dribbles off his foot, and Still Creek throws the ball out of bounds, and that should go to Annapolis, and it does. So another turnover for Annapolis, but Annapolis needs to stop having these empty possessions. 4:14 left. Annapolis needing to score here, as now trying to just do a little weave, and Caleb's looking for some help as Zero's all over him. Gets in the air, finds Brian Lerma, and Brian gets fouled. So Brian will go to the line, and we desperately need free throws. We need points, and it looks like they're going to come in the way of free throws. So Brian Lerma needs to knock these free throws down. First one is good. So 28-19, Brian Lerma looking to extend it back to a 10-point lead, and that's long. So 9-point game, 28-19, 3:52 left in the fourth quarter. Still Creek, long three-pointer from 20. Josh Guzman needs some help, finds it with Caleb. Caleb getting a lot of pressure, gets it out to Josh Guzman, and they are pressuring the ball, and finally to Caleb. As you can see, that nothing is coming easy. And now Brendan matched up against a really tough defender. Caleb on a back door. He's going to go with a little high finish. Just can't quite get it to go. A nice drive, just couldn't get the left hand to drop. Just over 3 minutes, and one with a three-pointer that's going to be long. Backside rebound, they're just battling. And it looks like that foul is going to go on Annapolis, on Brian, as Brian trying to keep that backside rebounder off the glass and ends up with pretty high contact. 3:10 left, fourth quarter, as there's a lot of pushing and shoving, and they're going to call it on Brian Lerma, as 20 got into his chest and was pushing a baseline. They said Brian wrapped him up. So now Still Creek's going to be in the bonus. And there's some discrepancy as far as the team fouls. So now it's 1-1. Now 20. He'll have the 1-1. And nothing is a gimme here. Everything is going to be contested from here on out. It's now an 8-point game. Second free throw for number 20. And he's just going to try to get it off the backboard, and Cameron with the rebound and gets tied up by 20. As that's a really unconventional play. It almost worked, though. As you can see, Still Creek is going to make this very difficult for Annapolis. And now they're extending their zone out and trying to trap. Gets it to Caleb in the middle. Josh Guzman looking for help. Brendan in the corner, or Brian in the corner for three. It's short. And now Still Creek with the ball. 8-point lead. And 20 is going to take it himself. He just throws it up there. Brian Lerma, long outlet to Cameron. Cameron has two men to beat and got it. Really, he had two guys just breathing down his neck and able to get it up and in. Two comes in, Josh Guzman contesting, lots of contact, and that's going to be a foul on Josh. And you can see now the intensity is ramping up. Still Creek is going to be playing everything downhill, contesting everything. Nothing is going to come easy for Annapolis with 2:22 left, 10-point game. Number 2 on the line, he'll be shooting 2 and way off on the first. And Coach Harper saying box out, and that is going to be critical as they are going to come in hard. And there's a lane violation, and that's going to go to Annapolis. So 20 stepped in too early. 2:22 left. Annapolis with the ball, and here comes, looks like a three-quarter press. They're looking to trap that. Gets to Caleb, and Cameron all alone by himself. Got his own rebound and in. So that's 2 baskets in a row for Cameron. That is exactly what Annapolis needs, is to start scoring. And now Still Creek driving in, takes a long shot, and the bank shot goes in. Back to a 10-point lead, 32-22, as Annapolis looking to break this press. Brian Lerman's going to go middle and get pushed from behind. And now Brian's going to have to shoot some free throws. Again, this will be really important for Annapolis as they have struggled from the free throw line of making free throws. So Brian Lerma trying to break that and doesn't. It's 1-1, so it is back to Still Creek. Minute 38, 0. He wanted to pass to the corner, then second guessed and ended up sliding his pivot foot. So another turnover, and here comes the pressure as now Still Creek is going to extend it to that three-quarter. Now they're going to pull back. And they're going to match up man-to-man now as 20 is going to give tons of pressure for Cameron, or for Brendan. And there's a lot of hand checking, a lot of grabbing. Brendan's going to blow through there and pull it out as they're trying to work time. It's minute 16. As there's a lot of hands on, a lot of pushing, as Annapolis is going to have to be really strong with the ball, and their 20 just came straight through Cameron and drains a three-pointer. Cameron's still down. As now it's 32-25, less than a minute left, as 20 with a steal, and knowing them to be down, pulls up for a three-pointer and drains it. As I said, nothing is going to come easy for Annapolis, as Still Creek is going to be playing downhill, is going to be looking for every opportunity they can to get that basket, to get that basketball, and they are doing everything to get back into this game. Annapolis just has to be strong with the basketball. They're not calling a lot of the hand checking, a lot of the grabbing, and they're just going to have to expect that and secure the basketball on the rebounds, and dribblers are going to have to be really strong. Less than a minute left in the state semifinals. Winner advancing to tonight, or to tomorrow's state championship game. It is a 7-point game, less than a minute left. Annapolis's ball. And Coach Harper not real happy with the officiating and allowing so much contact, as Brian Lerma is going to send it way back to Brendan. And now there's 20 getting called for that foul. And now Brendan's going to have to make those free throws. And Coach Harper is going to get called for technical, as he has been talking a little too much to the referee. So Brendan will shoot his free throws, and the Still Creek will shoot the technical. So Brendan hopefully get going on the free throws, and that's long too. So free throws, not, and it'll be a dead ball with the free throw, so it's not a live ball. Second free throw is good. And now Still Creek will shoot theirs. 33-25. As 20 will shoot those free throws, and it'll be Still Creek ball. So a lot of emotion from both benches. But need to keep our cool. And 20 is a gamer. He is clutch. He was last year, and this year he is doing everything he can to get his team back. And the second one drops for him too. So now it is a 6-point game. It's 2-possession game. Still Creek with the ball. And they can cut this to a 1-possession game depending on what happens here. So 54 seconds left. Still Creek's ball. One bobbles it. Over to 20. He's going to fire a three-pointer. That's going to be way short. Caleb with the ball, looking for help. Brendan back to Caleb. Over to Cameron. Cameron's going to come in for a layup. Oh, he's going to dish to Brian Lerma. That's a big basket. And Brendan's going to force him to pick up. Caleb almost a steal. The ball's bouncing around. Zero corrals it. Wild shot. Caleb with another rebound. Over to Cameron. Cameron looking. And now they're going to foul. And so now it's going to be Annapolis on the line now, and it's going to come down to making free throws. Huge basket by Brian Lerma as Cameron attacked the basket, drew defenders, and then just dropped it off for Brian Lerma for an easy 2 points. And now free throws are going to be critical. First one is long. So again, Annapolis struggling from the line. On these close games, hitting these free throws is essential. So hopefully we need to get at least one of these. And that one's short too. So missed 2 of them. Less than 20 seconds left. 20 with the ball. He's just going to barrel his way in there, and he's going to draw contact from Cameron, and now that stops the clock. And 20 is going to shoot free throws with that clock stopped. And really right now, Annapolis needs that clock to just keep running with 12 seconds left. One and one. First one's good. Now last time he purposely missed his free throw, and I don't know if he's going to try to do that again. So Annapolis is really going to have to be good on their boxing out. Now he's going to shoot it, and that one's good. Over to Brendan, and they're going to foul him immediately. And now, again, free throws as Cameron went empty last time. Brendan's been struggling from the line. Brendan, the junior, can really ice this game with 2 free throws. 35-29, 10.5 seconds left. First one falls, and that's a good sign. And now second one, that's good as well. So that's going to make this pretty tough for Still Creek, as they're just going to let them pass it around. 6, 5. They found 15 down low. And Cameron just launches it. And Annapolis Christian Academy will move on to the state finals. And they will be playing Smoking for Jesus. And if you remember the game last time, it came down to the last seconds, and that game is going to be exciting. So Annapolis playing for a state championship, 6:30 tomorrow night. Tony Leaford questioning if it's 6:30 or 5:30. I believe it's 6:30. So Annapolis hung on. Annapolis hung on. Tough win, battling through a lot of contact, a really physical game. Annapolis hung on through the whole game and finished them off. And now on to the championship. We'll see you tomorrow, 6:30. Let's go Warriors.